Now, how's the side shaping up ahead of the finals?
Yeah, we're coming along all right. We've had most of the team play for the last 3 or 4 weeks, so we're coming along all right. We've just got a couple of guys who we're waiting on to come back in, so the 2 weeks should help us get those guys back.
And who are some of the guys that have filled it back?
Well, hopefully we'll get Big Ratu back from his knee injury, and Josh set out last weekend he had a bit of an infection, so hope he'll be right in 2 weeks, and you'd hope Ratu comes up as well.
The team sort of ramped it up to another level on Saturday, putting 100 on Para. What did that do for the side in terms of confidence?
Yeah, well, after the Penrith game, we didn't really play too well, so we had a bit of a talk during the week and just decided that was going to be the springboard leading into the finals. So we went in full guns blazing, and I think it showed from the first 40 minutes, and then after that we just carried it on. But it was more to do, I think, with Para not really wanting to be there anymore.
One of your squad members, Adam Fryer, said a couple of weeks back that he thinks that Randwick are the only team that can challenge Uni for the title. Is that a fair summation?
I don't know about that. It just depends. When it comes down to sudden death footy, anything can happen. Sydney Uni are obviously the benchmark, and they're going to be hard to beat. But I think any one of the teams that make it through to the grand final have got a good chance to beat Sydney Uni.
What have the Brumbies brought back to the side as far as, have they slipped straight back in, the guys like Hoyles and Phibbs and Valentine?
Yeah, well, Hoyles and Phibbs have been around the club for a long time now, so they're well built into the culture and the feel of the team. And I think down at the Brumbies they play a little bit less structured and a little bit more off the cuff, which suits us really well. So I think Phibbs and Hoyles have brought that back into the team and just slipped into the way we want to play footy.
So Cobby Kep, whose form over the last month has just been enormous, how far away is he from a recall of the Wallabies?
Yeah, it's a tough one, I think, because the scrum hasn't actually been going too bad for the Wallabies, so it's a tough one. I think if he can scrum as well as the other guys, what he brings extra to the scrum is something that they really could do with, I think. His ball carrying out wide is something pretty special for a forward, so I think he's just outside knocking on the door at the moment, yeah.
And which team would you most like to line up against in that first semi?
I don't know how it works. I haven't really looked too closely. I'd take any of the 4 that have got to come through. So I think we'd be happy to play any of them just to get a second chance at Sydney Uni in a grand final.
And on that note, Uni tore you guys apart in last year's GF. It's fair to say. Are there any remaining scars should you move to the big games this year?
Yeah, they did tear us apart. That is fair to say. And I don't think there's scars. I think there's motivation. Like you always would like to win the comp, but it'd be even sweeter to beat them after they've beaten you the way they did last year.
And just to finish up, Adam Fryer, has he been trying to sort of spike your drinks, trip you up at training, because he's that sort of a bloke, and he's probably looking to move back into the side at some stage? Yeah,
well, I do see him having a lot of chats with the coaches while I'm not looking, and I'm pointing out things that aren't going right in my game, so I try not to take drinks off him as best I can.